Imagine that the glass of water in front of you is older than the dinosaurs themselves. This is not just a poetic statement, it's a fact. The water we drink today existed billions of years ago. It was part of ancient oceans, washed over rocks, and nourished prehistoric forests. Every drop has traveled an incredible journey through time, and within this journey lies an astonishing story. Water is a continuous cycle connecting the past, present, and future. Its molecules never disappear, they only change forms, becoming vapor, ice, rain, or flowing rivers. This makes it a true witness to all the events that have occurred on our planet. Around 70% of Earth's fresh water is stored in glaciers and polar ice caps. Glaciers in Greenland, Antarctica, and high-altitude regions act as reservoirs of water, but their melting due to climate change threatens global water resources. Stay with us to discover how each drop of water carries the Earth's history, how it is connected to the lives of dinosaurs, and what this means for us today. Ready to dive into the fascinating world of water? Water is the foundation of life on Earth. Without it, no living organism could exist. But have you ever thought about how ancient this water truly is? Scientists claim that the water on Earth is around 4.5 billion years old, almost as old as the planet itself. Mars once had vast oceans and rivers. Researchers, including John Grotzinger from NASA, have found evidence through rovers that water on Mars evaporated due to atmospheric loss, showing the importance of preserving Earth's biosphere. The water molecules we use today have been on our planet long before the first forms of life appeared. They could have been part of oceans where bacteria first emerged, or fallen as rain when the air was filled with volcanic ash. In the 21st century, freshwater scarcity has become a major global threat. The UN predicts that by 2030, half the world's population will face water shortages, underscoring the need for sustainable usage. Studies of the Murchison meteorite, found in Australia, revealed that it contains water molecules over 4.5 billion years old, proving that water existed in the solar system before Earth was formed. Think about this. Every molecule of water you drink might once have been inside a dinosaur. It could have been part of a river from which a giant diplodocus drank, or evaporated from the surface of an ancient ocean where prehistoric sharks swam. Water is constantly in motion due to the natural water cycle. It evaporates from oceans and rivers, rises into the atmosphere, forms clouds, and then returns to the Earth as rain or snow. In 2013, scientists discovered water trapped in rock formations in Canada that is 2.6 billion years old, providing insight into early Earth's conditions. This cycle repeats endlessly, preserving the same molecules that existed millions of years ago. One of the most fascinating facts about water is its versatility. It can exist as a liquid, solid, or gas. This unique set of properties makes water indispensable for sustaining life. Scientists have discovered that even the water in your body is not just a liquid, but part of the global water cycle. The molecules of water you drink today will eventually return to the environment, becoming part of rivers, lakes, or oceans. The story of water is the story of Earth. In ancient times, it helped shape the landscape, carving out canyons, caves, and valleys. Rivers carried sediments that eventually became fertile soils. Without water, the development of agriculture and the rise of civilizations would have been impossible. But water is not only a source of life, it is also the greatest destroyer. Over time, water erodes mountains, destroys rocks, and creates new landforms. This is why it is often called nature's greatest sculptor. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. At first glance, it seems like a lot. Oceans cover more than 70% of the planet's surface. However, only 2.5% of this water is fresh, and only a small fraction is accessible for human use. This makes us think about the importance of conserving this resource. Scientists have long debated the origins of Earth's water. Some believe it emerged from the Earth's mantle during its formation, while others suggest it was delivered by comets and asteroids rich in ice. Water is also a unique source of information about the past. Scientists study ancient layers of ice in the Arctic and Antarctic to learn about the Earth's climate millions of years ago. Ice acts as a time machine, preserving air bubbles and traces of volcanic activity. For example, ice analysis has shown that dramatic climate changes occurred in Earth's history. This data helps scientists better understand what the future holds for our planet. Some rivers, like Mexico's Rio Atoyac, vanish into underground sinkholes and continue flowing beneath the surface. Rivers that vanish into underground karst systems are a fascinating natural phenomenon with profound ecological and environmental implications. These rivers, like Mexico's Rio Atoyac, are closely tied to karst landscapes formed in regions dominated by limestone. What are karst sinkholes? Karst sinkholes are depressions on the surface formed by the dissolution of limestone through water. These sinkholes can grow to enormous sizes, acting as gateways for rivers to disappear. Water from a river encountering a karst sinkhole flows underground, continuing its journey as subterranean streams. Example: Rio Atoyac. The Rio Atoyac in Mexico is a prime example of a disappearing river. At a specific point, its course abruptly ends, and the water flows into underground karst caves. As a result, the river becomes intermittent. Its visible portion disappears, but the flow continues underground, re-emerging later. The issue of disappearing rivers and lakes is becoming increasingly urgent. Over the past decades, some rivers that were once perennial now vanish entirely. This is due to depleting groundwater levels caused by overuse, pollution of water bodies, climate change, and prolonged drought periods. The Aral Sea, for instance, has almost completely disappeared due to mismanagement of the rivers feeding it. One striking example of water pollution is microplastics. Research shows that microscopic plastic particles are found even in the depths of the ocean and in drinking water. This raises concerns about the consequences of human activity. What can we do? Each of us can contribute to conserving water. For instance, turning off the tap while brushing your teeth, using more efficient appliances, and not littering in nature are small but impactful actions. Water is not only a resource, but also an inspiration. Many ancient cultures worshipped water as a sacred source of life. It is mentioned in myths, legends, and religious texts as a symbol of purification, rebirth, and power. Imagine that every drop of water falling from the sky carries the memory of what happened billions of years ago. It is not just a physical process, but a miracle that connects us to the history of our planet. In conclusion, water is much more than a familiar liquid. It is an ancient traveler that has journeyed through epochs and continues its endless journey. And it is in our power to preserve this precious resource for future generations. Today, you can make a difference in preserving water. Save it, care for nature, and remember, every drop counts. As Leonardo da Vinci once said, water is the driving force of all nature. Let's be its guardians. Water holds countless secrets, and we've uncovered just a small part of them. If you want to discover more hidden omens, leave a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Hidden Omens. There's so much more mystery ahead.